Where have you felt the absolute safest walking home alone at 2 a.m.? For me, London and Tel Aviv. Buenos Aires honorable mention simply because 2 a.m. there is basically 8 p.m. There are many reasons: cultural, not romanticizing crime, not participant in asylum treaties, or just not attractive for those people in the first place, not granting permanent residency and citizenship easily. Many Western countries have been printing passports to almost anyone with a pulse, and guess what? That means you are stuck with them until the end of world if they start committing crime. Higher impulse control and less aggressive culture. Pretty harsh penalties in prisons with 20 people in a cell. I would say it is most strongly related to the culture and upbringing.
Hey, it's Digital Danny. Your favorite nomad still crushing it out here. Well, kinda. You all probably noticed that I had to say goodbye to the Fortress of Hustle, my Chiang Mai apartment. Yeah, some financial reshuffling happened. Totally under control. Just, making moves. In a hostel for now. No biggie, just getting back to basics, you know. No need for luxury when you're on the grind, right? Okay, fine. Look, the truth is my parents cut me off, and I need to get back into the fortress ASAP. Hostel life isn't exactly what I had in mind for my empire, alright? So yeah, I need your help more than ever. You guys get it, right? Just hit those Amazon affiliate links below. Doesn't matter what you buy, as long as you click my link first. Buy toilet paper for all I care. Just make sure it's through me. Each click inches me closer to reclaiming my throne in Chiang Mai. And trust me, when I'm back in the fortress, the dropshipping empire is gonna go next level. I'm not begging, okay? I'm just letting you in on a win-win opportunity here. Help me out, and I'll be back to showing you how to live this boss life in no time. Alright? Cool.
Yes, strict laws, hard punishments without exception, and the police catch criminals very quickly. For example, if you vandalized public property, you would get sentenced to 6 strokes of the cane. Caning of criminals is not just a school spanking, it actually tears open the skin of the butt with each stroke and leaves behind permanent scars, and the minimum caning sentence is 3 strokes. This is an interesting response, because technically Shinjuku is one of the most dangerous areas in Japan. Now of course I totally agree, I thought Shinjuku felt safe too, but it's funny that the most dangerous place in Japan is safer than 99 of the rest of the world. Immigrants don't commit more crime than native population, this has been studied and proven. Has it been proven? Worldwide, in each country? Legal immigrants with useful skills professions do not commit more crimes. Illegal immigrants certainly commit more crimes. Out of frustration, poverty, substance abuse, or even out of necessity sometimes. Second-generation unintegrated children of immigrants commit more crimes too. This applies even to the third generation in Western Europe. I've been a legal immigrant expat in 10 countries. Plenty of people from my country of origin commit crimes and usually fall neatly within the categories above. I was in Da Nang earlier this year. On a few occasions when I'd be walking home a bit drunk late at night, random groups of local men sat outside drinking beer would insist I sit down with them so they could give me beer and food, which was a pretty nice experience. I'm not one to bring race into everything. But I had a horrible experience in Vienna with a person who closely resembled what I believe a neo-Nazi looks like. I asked a different older Austrian gentleman why the guy was harassing me. His response, because you are Negro. Shit was wild. I also say London, and I lived there for 3 years. Obviously if you're living further out or in a sketchy area, then no, but I used to live super centrally, and there's almost always people around in central London no matter what time of day, so that's what made me feel safer than other cities. Yes, I came here to say, surprisingly, China. I landed at 1 a.m. By 2 a.m., I'm dragging my luggage in Guangzhou looking for my hostel. Even though the streets were quiet, it didn't feel that unsafe because restaurants were still open and the Meituan food delivery drivers were all chilling on their bikes. I didn't stay long enough to attempt walking at 2 a.m. solo again, but yeah, China was the most surprising one for me. Anywhere central or nice I'd agree. Have spent plenty of late nights in central London, Zone 1 and environs, and never once felt unsafe. For cities I'd also add Tokyo, Kyoto and most Japanese cities along with Singapore and possibly Copenhagen and Bruges. Outside of cities there are lots of options, most small towns and rural areas feel safe to me at night in developed countries. Specific shout out to smaller Greek islands, outside of the full-on tourist traps doors are left unlocked, bikes UN chained and everything stays open late anyway with kids and families. Super safe feeling even down alleys etc.
Hey guys, I know you love my videos, and I know you love me, but it's time for me to try to get paid so I can truly generate the passive income that will allow me to truly enjoy the next couple of weeks that I spend here on the beach in Bali. All right, fellow jet setters, meet your new best friend, the Lenovo 14-inch FHD touchscreen Chromebook. Lightweight, affordable, and perfect for running your business while you're bouncing between time zones faster than your mom checks your Instagram stories. Whether you're churning out SEO copy on the beaches of Bali, setting up your drop shipping empire from a hostel in Budapest, or cranking out freelance articles between flights, this Chromebook's got your back and won't weigh it down. With an 8-core MediaTek processor and just enough memory to keep those 47 open tabs from crashing, it's the perfect sidekick for every digital hustler. Need more? How about the fact that it's cheaper than your monthly Wi-Fi bill in Thailand? Plus, with its touchscreen magic, you can switch between business mode and Netflix mode with a tap. Because hey, even nomads need some downtime. So ditch the bulk, keep it light, and make your bank account as happy as your wanderlust. Grab the Lenovo Chromebook and keep your freedom intact. Hashtag work from anywhere.
You're wrong about the prosecution rates, but someone else commented about that. I lived in Japan for a few years, felt safe as houses in Tokyo, but I wouldn't walk in the middle of the night in Osaka. There's actually an edge to that city, which makes it great fun, but walk in pairs. Another one for Singapore. We rode bikes around for a few hours after midnight going absolutely everywhere. We did this a few times and always felt safe. We come from a very safe country and it was shocking just how much better it felt in Singapore. Cycling on the footpath, outside the city, was a bit more scary, but mainly cause the footpaths would suddenly turn into stairs. I'm born and raised in London. I don't necessarily feel unsafe as I grew up there and I feel like I can get around. But I've seen people in front of me stabbed, robbed, beating up, etc. etc. It can happen anywhere. Aside from gated communities or similar, I would say most main cities in Japan, for example, are safer than London. I assume from the green card comment that you're US-based. Immigrants that have obtained citizenship had to go through a significant vetting process. They are no longer illegal, even if they were in the first place. Of course they value their residency citizenship, as did I in the countries where I have lived. In Europe there are a lot of immigrants who don't have neither residency nor citizenship and yet they can still live in Europe for years, even their whole life. There are a lot of cases where asylum is denied and yet they are not deported. The authorities are overwhelmed. Some move on and get integrated into society. Others don't, and the numbers are not trivial. You are clearly not in this situation, nor the people you were referring to. Tbilisi, my guest house is less than 1 kilometer from their largest metro station. We don't have a lock on the back door. I locked my bicycle to a street sign and it was still there after a month. People go jogging in the park and get stopped by random men who turned out to be undercover cops looking for drug dealers. Yes, security comes at the cost of less civil rights. Japan is often said to have one of the lowest rape rates in the world, and Japanese police claim to solve 97% of rape cases. But in reality, only 510% of rape victims reported to police, and police record half or less of reported cases while prosecutors charge about 1/3 of recorded cases. The result of this process of caseload attrition is that for every 1,000 rapes in Japan, only 10-20 result in a criminal conviction and fewer than half of convicted rapists are incarcerated. Similar patterns characterize Japan's criminal justice response to other sex crimes. Source: What? But the sub is asking where people felt the safest walking home alone at 2 a.m. A lot of comments are including a lot of Asian countries. What the heck are you talking about visas? Wouldn't there be a lot of easier visa for European countries or South American for Westerners? Well, it's a melting pot of Chinese, Indian, Malay, Indonesian, so there is a lot that comes with that. But for me it's the center of Asia in the modern world, so the center for tech, finance and trade. It isn't full of old-school European buildings, it's a relatively new country. Japan does feel very safe, but the rape rates are actually shockingly high and almost nobody gets charged for it. After learning about that, I didn't feel as good about seeing girls passed out drunk in the street at 2 a.m. GT. Immigrants don't commit more crime than native population. This has been studied and proven. Oh sweet summer child, you think you know what you're talking about. Denmark's public data says otherwise.
As someone who's been around the world with nothing but a backpack and a Wi-Fi signal, I've read plenty of travel books, but The Adventures of Mr. Brightside by Ryan Jacobson, now this is the real deal. Imagine living out all your travel dreams, staying in luxury penthouses one day, then stuffing your face with street scorpions the next. That's a wild ride I can respect. Jacobson's got this insane ability to make you feel like you're sitting right next to him, sipping champagne one moment, then scrambling to figure out how to survive in a hostel in the next. The guy's not afraid to get his hands dirty.
and he's got the stories to prove it. But don't get me wrong, it's not the outrageous travel antics that make this book shine. It's the way Jacobson finds humor in everything, from getting hit in the face by an elephant, seriously, who does that, to losing himself in the chaos of international travel. His writing style, hilarious, relatable, and exactly what you need to keep flipping pages while planning your own escape from the 9 to 5. If you've ever wondered whether backpacker life or the baller experience is better, this book's got the answer. Spoiler, it's both, but only if you're cool enough to roll with the punches. So yeah, if you want a mix of real travel insights and laugh out loud moments, pick this up. Trust me, your next layover will thank you. Digital Danny signing off, professional wanderer, Wi-Fi whisperer, and lover of all things ridiculous. Link in the description.
Anecdotal, but a couple of months ago I was walking back to my place alone and drunk in Osaka at like 3 a.m. and I got cornered by a drunk salaryman in an alley and had to bolt. For reference, I'm a mid-20s white gal. What cities are you comparing if you find London insane? This is a genuine question. I've spent a lot of time in London and many other cities and would never put London anywhere near the felt unsafe list. That's the thing about this question, it varies so much. There's so many places where I, a 63 dude, feel gun walking at night, but obviously those are probably way different than places where a normal 53 lady would feel safe walking at night. A female friend was sexually assaulted in Dubai and the police did duck all. Instead, they blamed her for what happened. Stats on sexual violence is low because there are barely any recordings of incidents. I used to work in law enforcement and crime analysis, so trust me when I say you can present statistics in any way you like to paint the picture you want. It's only when you dig into the source date that the true picture appears. Sexual assault is both a highly unreported and cultural bias to investigate crime. Just look at India. If you're a Gaijin female reporting an assault in Japan, unless you're the daughter of the US ambassador, they find a way to make you go away.
All right, listen up, legends. It's your boy, Digital Danny, coming at you from, well, let's just say I'm not in my mom's basement like you. No, I'm out here in the world, crushing life, thanks to these beauties. The Apple AirPods Pro 2. Now you might be thinking, Danny, what makes these earbuds so special? Well, let me break it down for you, you tech peasants. First of all, noise cancellation is not just good, it's elite. These bad boys block out more noise than I block out haters. Crowded cafe? Gone. Crying baby on the plane? What baby? It's just you and that sweet, crisp sound, like the perfect wave hitting the shore of some exotic island, which I obviously know all about. And the fit? Oh, it's like these AirPods were custom built for my lifestyle. I slap them in for my sunrise yoga session Bali. Yeah, no big deal. Or when I'm taking calls from my offshore business partners. They're comfortable, they don't fall out, and yes, they even make me look cooler, which I didn't think was possible, but here we are. Oh, and guess what? You're not fumbling around for a charger like your caveman friends because these charge faster than I can down a coconut cocktail. USB-C, finally. Apple's catching up to the future, and you're getting in on the ground floor with me, Digital Danny. Need a hearing test? Boom, done. Need a hearing aid? Don't worry, Gramps. They got you covered there, too. These things are like a Swiss Army knife for your ears, and the only tool I don't use is that little ring thing on the side. But hey, I'm too busy globetrotting and making deals to worry about that. You know what to do, legends. Links are in the description. Pick up your Apple AirPods Pro 2 now, because let's be real, you deserve to live a little more like me. You're welcome. Links in the description. Get after it.